It's the first Wednesday of the month. You walk to your mailbox just like you have done for years. You expect bills, maybe a birthday card from a grandchild. But today, there is a thick white envelope with the words, Social Security Administration printed on the front. Your hands start to shake a little. You open it, and there, in cold black letters, you read the words that make your stomach drop. You have been overpaid. You owe the Social Security Administration $18,400. $18,000. Money you do not have. Money you already spent on rent, groceries, medicine, and the small dignities of retirement. And then you read the next line. The line that takes your breath away. If you do not respond within 30 days, we will begin withholding 50% of your monthly Social Security benefit until the debt is repaid in full. 50%. Half of your check. Gone. For months. Maybe years. Your heart pounds. You sit down at the kitchen table. You think about your mortgage. You think about your prescriptions. You think about the electric bill. And one terrifying question runs through your mind. How am I going to survive on half of my Social Security check? If this has happened to you, or if you are afraid it could happen to you, I want you to take a deep breath right now, because you are in the right place. Hello, I am Masha. I am a senior policy analyst, and for years I have helped retirees just like you understand the confusing, frightening rules that the government keeps changing without warning. In the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through exactly what this 2026 Social Security overpayment rule really says. I am going to show you the precise form that can stop the SSA from taking your money, even if you have already received the notice. And I am going to reveal the protections most seniors do not even know they have under federal law. But please, stay with me until the very end, because there is one hidden mistake that thousands of seniors are making right now. And that single mistake is costing them their entire monthly check. I will tell you what it is and how to avoid it. So please get comfortable, grab a pen and paper, and let us begin. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67 years old. He lives in a small 2-bedroom home in Ohio with his wife Linda. He worked for 42 years as a maintenance supervisor at a local hospital. He paid into Social Security every single paycheck of his working life. He retired at 65, started collecting his benefits, and felt for the first time in decades that he could finally breathe. In 2024, Robert decided to take a small part-time job at the hardware store down the street, just 2 days a week, just to keep busy, just to help with the rising cost of groceries. He did not think much of it. He figured Social Security would know. After all, they take taxes out of every paycheck. They see everything, right? Wrong. 11 months later, Robert got a letter. The Social Security Administration claimed he had earned too much from his part-time job and that he had been overpaid by $14,200. They demanded the money back, and they told him that if he did not respond within 30 days, they would start taking half of his monthly check. Robert panicked. He did what most seniors do. He grabbed the first form he could find online. He filled out a Form SSA-561, an appeal form, because he believed the SSA had made a mistake. But here is what Robert did not know. He filed the wrong form. He should have filed Form SSA-632, the waiver form. That one small mistake delayed his case by 4 months. And during those 4 months, the SSA withheld 50% of every single one of his Social Security checks. Robert and Linda nearly lost their home. Now, I am telling you Robert's story because I do not want this to happen to you. I want you to understand the exact rule, the exact forms, and the exact protections you have under federal law. So let us break this down, calmly and clearly. First, let me explain what an overpayment actually is. According to the Social Security Administration's own website, an overpayment happens when the SSA pays you more money than you were eligible to receive. This can happen for many reasons. Maybe you started earning income from a part-time job like Robert did. Maybe your marital status changed. Maybe you moved. Maybe your living arrangements changed. Or, and this is very important, maybe the SSA itself made a mistake. Yes, the government makes mistakes too. In fact, The SSA's own Inspector General confirmed in a July 2024 report that improper payments do happen because of agency error, not just because of something the beneficiary did wrong. Now, here is the rule that is causing panic across America right now. In March of 2025, the Social Security Administration announced a new policy. They said that anyone newly overpaid after March 27, 2025 would have 100% of their monthly benefit withheld until the overpayment was paid back in full. 100%. Your entire check, gone. This caused a massive public outcry. ARP fought back. Members of Congress pushed back, and on April 25, 2025, the SSA quietly reversed course. The new default rate is now 50%. Not 100%. 50% of your monthly Social Security check will be withheld if you do nothing. For people receiving Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, the rate is lower, only 10%. And if your overpayment was already being collected before March 27, 2025, the old 10% rate still applies. But for new overpayment notices, if you receive a letter today, in 2026, the default is 50% of your monthly Social Security benefit. Now please listen carefully. This is where most seniors lose everything. The SSA gives you a window of time to act, and inside that window, you have powerful legal rights. If you receive an overpayment notice, you have 30 days from the date of the notice to respond. For notices issued after April 25, 2025, the SSA has confirmed a 90-day grace period before automatic withholding begins. If you respond within 30 days, the SSA cannot start taking your money. The collection is frozen while they review your case. This is your protection. This is the rule that saves your check. But there is a catch, and this is the catch that destroys so many retirees. There are 3 different forms. 3, and they do 3 completely different things. If you file the wrong one, you could lose everything. Just like Robert almost did. Let me explain each one in plain English. Form SSA-632. This is the waiver form. The full name is Request for Waiver of Overpayment Recovery. This form asks the SSA to forgive the debt completely, not lower it, forgive it, cancel it, make it go away. To qualify, 2 things must be true. First, the overpayment must not have been your fault. Second, paying it back must cause you financial hardship, or be, in the SSA's words, against equity and good conscience. And here is the most important fact I will share with you today. Write this down. Form SSA-632 has no filing deadline. You can file it at any time, even after they have started withholding from your check, even months later, even years later. There is no clock. There is no deadline. You can always file the waiver. Most seniors do not know this. They think once the 30 days pass, it is over. It is not over. The waiver is always available to you. Form SSA-634. This is the rate change form. It does not cancel your debt. It only lowers the percentage being taken from your check each month. So instead of losing 50%, you might lose 10% or 5%, depending on your financial situation. You will need to disclose your income, expenses, and assets. Form SSA-561. This is the appeal form. You only use this form if you believe the SSA is wrong. If you do not think you were overpaid at all, or if you think the amount they are claiming is incorrect, you file this form. You have 60 days from the date you received the notice to file an appeal. So please remember, if you think the SSA made a mistake, file the appeal, Form SSA-561. If you accept that there was an overpayment but you cannot afford to pay it back, file the waiver, Form SSA-632. If you can pay it back but need lower monthly payments, file the rate change, Form SSA-634. 3 forms, 3 different purposes. Do not confuse them. Do not file the wrong one, because that one mistake can cost you months of your retirement income. Now, here is what happens if you ignore the notice entirely. After 30 days or 90 days for newer notices, the SSA will automatically begin withholding 50% of your monthly Social Security check every month until the debt is paid in full. But it gets worse. If you stop receiving benefits before the debt is repaid, the SSA can refer your case to the Treasury Offset Program. They can take your federal tax refund. They can take certain state payments, including state tax refunds. If you are still working, they can garnish your wages. And here is the part that breaks my heart to tell you. If you pass away before the debt is repaid, the SSA may try to collect from anyone who receives benefits based on your record. Your surviving spouse, your dependents. That debt does not die with you. This is not meant to scare you. This is meant to wake you up. Because every single one of these consequences is avoidable if you simply take action within the right window of time. So let me give you the 3 exact steps you must take if you receive an overpayment notice, or even if you have not received one yet, but you want to be prepared. Step 1. The moment you receive any letter from the Social Security Administration, do not throw it away. Do not put it in a drawer. Do not assume it is a mistake and ignore it. Read it carefully. Note the date on the letter, because your 30-day clock starts from that date, not from the day you read it. Then go to ssa.gov, log into your My Social Security account, and verify the notice is real. Sadly, there are also scammers pretending to be the SSA. Always check directly through the official website. Step 2. Decide which form you need. If you believe you were not overpaid at all, file Form SSA-561 within 60 days. If you accept that there was an overpayment but cannot afford to repay it, or if it was not your fault, file Form SSA-632, the waiver form. Remember, the waiver has no deadline. You can always file it. If you can pay but need lower monthly payments, file Form SSA-634. You can find all 3 forms at ssa.gov/forms. You can also request an in-person meeting at your local SSA office. This is called a personal conference, and it is your legal right. Step 3. Keep copies of everything. Every letter, every form, every receipt, every email, every name of every SSA representative you speak with. Write down dates and times, because if your case is ever disputed, your records are your protection. And one more thing. Talk to a trusted family member or a free legal aid attorney for seniors. You do not have to face this alone. Many states offer free legal help to seniors dealing with Social Security disputes. Now, before you go, I need to tell you something very important. The Social Security rules are changing faster than ever before. What was true in March of 2025 was reversed by April of 2025. What is true today in 2026 could change again next month. The government does not always send clear warnings. They do not always make announcements on the evening news. And they certainly do not send a letter to every senior in America when a rule changes. You cannot afford to rely only on YouTube notifications. You cannot afford to wait until a letter shows up in your mailbox. You need to check your benefits regularly. Log into your My Social Security account at least once a month. Read every letter the moment it arrives. And share what you learned today with the people you love, your spouse, your siblings, your neighbors, your church group. Because the senior who is informed is the senior who is protected. If this video helped you today, please subscribe to TaxWise Seniors, ring the bell, and most importantly, share this video with at least one other person over 60 who needs to hear it. You may literally save their retirement. I am Masha. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Stay safe, stay informed. And remember, knowledge is the one thing the government cannot take away from you. I will see you in the next video.